Good evening. Thanks for coming to this press conference. Hard luck on an excellent performance. So we have Steve Borthwick, head coach, and Tom Youngs, captain. So Owen Slot, if you can start, please.
Hi, Steve and Tom. I just wondered if you could share your overall sort of reaction to that game and whether you think that was one got away.
So, hi, Owen. Thanks for the question. Apologies, the line isn't very clear here, but I think you're asking about initial reaction, so I'll start by answering that. If it's not the question, please ask the question again. I think overall, I think we've got to be very proud. I think everyone at Leicester Tigers, every supporter, be very proud of Tom and the team and the way he led and the way the team attacked that game. Yes, we got ourselves in a position to win the game, and we didn't. So there's plenty for us to learn, and that in itself, I think, is a positive that we can be so close and still have so much growth in us. But yeah, we're disappointed, but at the same time, proud.
Okay, Owen, would you like to ask another question?
Can I put a question to Tom, please?
Robert?
Hi, Tom. Bobby Bridge, Leicester Mercury. Just wondered what you might have said to the players after the game. Obviously, there's plenty of growth in this side. How far can they go?
A long way, mate. You know, I think I was exceptionally proud of the effort the boys did. I think we've got some young boys out there, which I spoke to just before the huddle. Just told them how proud I was at them turning up on a big occasion. Told them to remember it and drive them forward. Yeah, immensely proud of the effort from the boys. Look, we've been in a final for 8 years, so you've got to be proud of that as well. It's been a huge squad effort. 41 players have played in this tournament, and given the opportunity for 23 guys to go out there and represent Leicester Tigers and give it a good go. Come up short by 1 point, which is pretty takes a little bit to get over, but we've been about effort, not going away in games. Been about moving the shit forward, and I felt that we did that today. I felt that these guys are going to move it forward and keep going forward. It's fantastic.
I mean, while you didn't pick up the trophy, how beneficial has the competition been for you, Tom?
Like I said then, probably there's 41 players who played in it who've got some great experience. I think the first win in France was 7 years. That was a young side who went over there. Jimmy Whitcomb made his debut there. There's some great things at Leicester Tigers going on, and I hope we made the fans proud. I think we made each other proud. But at the same time, to come up short in a final is always hard to take, and we'll have to take that. Those young guys will take it and hopefully use it as motivation going forward. But as I said, we probably on about our ship moving forward. And I felt we did that today.
Thank you.
Hi, Steve. Tom mentioned then about the young players and this sort of driving them forward. Is that the hope that you see that these young players have plenty more finals ahead of them for Leicester Tigers?
Hope's not a word I tend to use too much in coaching. It's not a good word to be hanging on to. I think what we've got to do is coach really well, train really hard, have an appetite for learning. And if we continue to do that, coach well, train hard, have an appetite for learning, then I think that there's a lot of growth in us. So that's my job as head coach here, to ensure that we continue to do those things.
In terms of the sort of age, I mean, for young players, not many get to experience a final. Sort of age, think of someone like Freddie Stewart. You hope those experiences really sort of carry them forward.
Well, I think, again, linking back to my first answer, the one certain positive out of this game is that we played against Montpellier, who are an outstanding team, huge budget, players star-studded throughout, and we came very close to beating them. And at the same point in time, we're sat here going, we could be so much better. And these players, the number of players, when you look at Freddie Stewart, you look at Dan Kelly, Cam Henderson that came on, Tommy Rafael is only 22 years old. You got the number of players here that played less than 20 games for Leicester Tigers is astronomical. So there's a lot of potential for growth for us, and that in itself is positive.
Tom, did it feel like there was more than 10,000 people in the stands there at the pitch side?
Yeah, to be fair, it was nice to run out and get that tingle in the back of your neck again. It was great to have so many Leicester fans there tonight, and great to hear them cheering on. Yeah, it did feel like more than 10,000, and we look forward to having them at Welford Road in a couple of weeks' time against Bristol.
Thank you.
Hi, Steve. You referred yesterday and again just now to the budget that Montpellier have got. Is that something that Leicester are going to be able to make up anytime soon, or if not, how do you go about making up a shortfall in other ways?
As with all the clubs in the Premiership, we adhere to the salary cap. And in terms of us, I'll link back to our answer, George, is that what we're going to do here is we've got to coach really well. We've got to work very hard. We've got to have an appetite for learning. And at the same point, I think what you're seeing here is some reward coming out of players coming out of our academy, or young players that are coming through. Tom was a product of it. Is a product of it. Sorry, sorry, mate. Is a product of it. You've seen Freddie coming through there. You see other guys that are in this squad that come through this academy. So what we want to do is we want to bring through young players that are Leicester Tigers through and through, and then we want to be able to recruit really top quality players as well.
Any more questions, please, for Steve and Tom?
Yeah, hi, Steve. Adam here.
Daniel, we can't hear you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Just a word on your try scorer tonight. He's getting a lot of press and buzz back in South Africa on a possible Bok call up. I wondered, is that something he's spoken about? I mean, how good would it feel for the two of you to help him realize his ambition, which I'm sure he has?
Thank you for your question. So Jasper he's done really well in his time here. He's only been with us a short time, and he's already making a big impact. And we've got a very competitive back row there. As with all players, I want them to achieve every one of their ambitions and maximise everything they can do in this sport. My role as coach, Tom's role as teammate and club captain is to support these players and help them grow. So whether that's Jasper, whether it's the young players we've already discussed, I want them all to maximise their potential.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
Yeah, hi, Steve. Would a top six finish in the Prem and this final be a satisfactory season?
For us, and I know. Thank you very much for the question. I know it's not necessarily the answer you want. I never talked to anybody about aspects such as that. This is a team that was a few months ago was effectively the bottom team in the Premiership. Had another team not received a sanction. So this is a team that's now competing against one of the best teams in France. But looking at their record over the last few months, and very nearly beating them. So I think you see progression in this team. What we do is look at what we did well and how do we do it better, and what do we need to do, what do we need to improve upon so we move forward again next week. So that's what we'll do. Players are disappointed, quite rightly. I'm disappointed. So this weekend we'll acknowledge that disappointment, and then come Monday we'll be focusing on next game, which we play Worcester next Saturday afternoon. That'll be the target from Monday onwards.